What do you look for in a company you want to work for? I see several posts on how to get into QA daily, but something I don't tend to see as often is for those that are thinking of going to other companies after a couple of years of experience, what to look for in companies, maybe some red flags. Some background: I work at a large Fortune 500 company. I've got a few years of experience, but I still feel somewhat junior and not at the more senior level my company has me at. I've learned a ton, but I am afraid if I go somewhere else, I don't have the basic QA theory and methodologies down. So great question. I actually felt that way. I actually felt that way like back then, right? And I'll tell you this. I'm gonna start the clock, but a few things on this question. So the first thing is you never know enough. Like, simple as that. You will never ever know enough. But you will have the opportunity to learn. So going back to the previous question about, like, your learning style, taking notes and things like that, you want to be a sponge, learning from all your developers, all the other QA people, things like that. And when my first QA role, it was working in web. I don't even know how to explain it, but pretty much they translated websites, right? Into, like, they had a technology translating websites. We QA'd that technology, QA'd our clients' websites, things like that. Going from that company, I went to a mobile, I guess you could say a mobile marketing type company, right? Like through text messages, and then later on RCS marketing, like business to consumer. So I had never worked in the mobile marketing text message SMS technology. So that was a learning curve, and that was my first real exposure to API testing as well. And I was the like, they didn't have any automation there before. So I was the one to build out the entire framework and things like that. So, and then going from there, I went to a pharma company where I was validating configurations of these massive softwares that's built for pharmaceutical companies, testing out the configuration. Never had worked in pharma before at all. So learning about different certifications and regulations and how the chain of command goes and everything like that, like totally different. So that was another learning curve. And then now working in the video streaming and coding and stuff like that industry, another learning curve. But like I was talking about before, being innovative, being creative, being able to soak in the knowledge, that has done wonders for me because I'm able to ramp up pretty quickly and understand. And then I also like to try things out. So one of the first streams that we did on this channel was two of the first streams that we did, right? It was trying to figure out Selenium Wire, what type of configuration would make it work, because that was one of the things I was working at, like when I like in my first few months there, or maybe first few weeks. There was a limitation to some of the things that I wanted to do that Selenium Wire was supposed to solve, and I learned so much about it that, like, and I streamed it. That was like one of my first things I started streaming. The other thing was about HLS, like manifest M3U8 files, the M3U8 parser, figuring out how that works and things like that. But I had never worked in the industry, but being able to understand. So when you're talking about that, you feel junior, although you're at the more senior level. Well, there's always opportunity to upskill, always opportunity to upskill. And a lot of people, they don't take advantage of the opportunity. And many companies are willing to pay for you to get more knowledge, more information. Some companies will pay for it, like they'll get you a Udemy subscription. Some companies will pay for you to go to college and things like that. So you have to make use of those resources. Now, things that you look for in a company, or things that I look for in a company, right? It depends on what type of company I'm looking for. If I'm looking for a startup, you know, then I know that I'm going to be wearing many hats. And to be honest with you, I like wearing many hats. I like being dynamic. I like because I don't get bored. I'm always like, okay, I have downtime here. Let me go work on something else. Well, okay, now comes time to like we have work to do. Let me go back and let me do this. So being in that mindset that I always have something to do. I never get bored. I'm never just like sitting around. So so I would say depending on the type of person you are, like, because you might be the type of person who just wants to like, I just want to show up, do my job, and go home. Okay, well, then you're always going to always feel that like you could do more, you could be better, but or you could be the person that I'm here to learn, I'm here to innovate, I'm here to grow, I'm here to contribute. Now, those type of people, they get noticed, they get acknowledged, they go further. And I think that is the mind like for me, that's the type of mindset that I look to work with.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.